Hey, folks, I am Kevin Iole. Thank you for joining me. And my next guest is the newest lightweight contender in the UFC. If you watched Dana White's Contender series this past week, you will have seen him with one of many very impressive performances on that show, Kody Steele. Kody, welcome. I appreciate you joining me.
Hey, Gab, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. I kept, as I watched your fight with Chasen Blair, you win that by an unbelievable body shot in the second round. I kept saying to myself, okay, I'm hearing about this guy as a great grappler. I can't wait to see the grappling skills. And all you did was stand there and you walked him down and you were striking. It was pretty amazing, the versatility you showed.
Yeah. I kind of had like a little bit of a game plan going in, like I wanted to like take him down because I felt like taking him down would have been like an easier route, and I would have been able to finish him there. But then, like, once I got to like the event, and then I was like, man, this is such a sick opportunity. Like, Dana's sitting there, all my
Right.
boys and my family's here. I have to show out. I got to like put on a good show, have a great performance, and
Yeah.
so that was kind of my mindset going in.
I always have to ask you guys because, on the Contender series, and to me, it's kind of like the Ultimate Fighter was too. Dana's sitting there evaluating you. And so do you fight differently than you would otherwise if it was just a normal show? If this had been on Fury and you were fighting Chasen on Fury, would you have fought the same fight that you did on Tuesday?
Hard to say, I would definitely would have had to feel it. Maybe I would have been like, I would have maybe attempted a couple more takedowns, just to play it more safe. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, like I said, seeing Dana there and making Sean, like, I was like, yeah, like I need to show out. I need to go out there and let them know, like, I'm here to entertain people too.
You train over at Syndicate MMA under John Wood. That it had to be a hell of a week for you guys with what happened with Khalil Roundtree and then you, right? I mean, two really amazing performances. Even though Khalil lost, I think he made himself a bigger star coming out of that fight than he was going into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like we had Merab, winning the title, which was really cool to see because
Right.
like I was supposed to fight like a week before Merab, but then it fell out, and then but like Merab, I was like always drilling in the back with him, and we were doing sessions together, and like John was like conducting him and telling him these things that he should be doing, boom, boom, boom. Watching and seeing him do it in the fight was really cool. And then same thing with Khalil, like watching Khalil, he go out there and do his thing and put all the pieces together that we were doing. And like, yeah, it was like, it gave me a lot of trust in John that I was like, okay, this guy definitely knows what he's doing. I just need to trust the
Sure.
process. Um, but, um, but yeah, like it was, it's good to be a part of that team and see all these cool things coming out of there now.
Right. I know you've been asked this a million times about Oton pulling out on that was what September 10th, I think it was, where he just decided the night of the fight that he had a panic attack or whatever it was, and he couldn't compete. This is a guy that's a good fighter, had a pretty good record. But here's my question for you. How did you make sure to get, you peak for the weigh-in, right? You get to that point, and now all of a sudden you have to turn around and come back. You don't know exactly when you're going to come back, just that you are going to come back. How did that impact you in the time after he pulled out and until you fought this show the other day?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like that was the hardest part right there, like, making the weight was the one thing, and then like going right back into fight camp because mentally I was like, I'm gonna be done with this fight. Like I'm gonna win my fight, I'm gonna have my contract, I'm gonna wake up the next day, I'm gonna be super happy and like boom. But instead it was like wake up the next day, felt kind of empty, but now like I need to get back into the gym. I need to get back on the diet. Like there was none of that, and it sucked too because like when I was about to fight Quamil, that was like I felt like I did really good at peaking myself and like diet and everything. So I remember I felt really good. Like I felt strong. I felt explosive. I felt like ready to go. And then this last fight with Chasen, I was in the back room. Even my shakeout, I felt a little heavy and like just not as strong, not as explosive. and stuff like that. So it did kind of suck, but like in my head, I was like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
you need to show up. It doesn't. I don't care how you feel. Like I kept telling myself, I was like, I don't care how you feel. I don't care how your legs are. I don't care like that you don't feel like where you want to be. Like you need to show up and go take care of this job.
Right. You started out really strong, and then he had a little bit of a period of time where he started to come back and everything. What's going through your mind at that point? And it looked like, maybe you almost got pissed off, right? Because then you just kind of stepped the intensity level up. But I just noticed a body language change in you in that point. What was going on when Chasen started to land some shots on you?
Um, like I just feel I through the whole fight I just stay unfazed. Like doesn't matter to me whether I won the first round, second round, or if I'm losing a round or two. Like in there, when I'm in the cage, I'm just thinking about doing damage and like just like chipping away on them. So like, I felt like first round we were kind of going back and forth a bit, and then second round kind of told me all I needed to know. Like he was really trying to put it on me in the second, which just told me that he was almost done, because he was like, I felt like he was like, I need to get this guy out of here. And then the fact that he couldn't do it, I knew like I was just like I was getting closer to breaking him, and I just needed to stay calm, stay collected, and just keep pushing forward on him. And by the second round, I started seeing all his shots. I started seeing the combos that he liked. So at that point, I was just waiting and being patient and like biding my time.
Sometimes, you hear athletes like say golf or baseball, they hit it on the screws. They could feel the drive. They hit it 350 down the middle, right there. Or a baseball player hits a home run and he knew he got the, right in the middle of the barrel. When you landed that body shot, because I saw you turn into that, and it wasn't a long punch, but you turned your body. Did you know the minute you hit him, okay, good night, Irene?
Yeah, a little bit because I came in and like I was gonna come in for a shot because I in training I drop a lot of people with body shots. So like when I sometimes like I make a movement or I see him make a movement, I know like I'm like okay the shot's there, so I don't even need to look, to be honest. I can just send it. And
Right,
but I remember when I hit him there, I knew he was gonna go down just because um, I knew he was fading. So I was like he's just one punch away like
right.
from going down. Like headshots wise, like he was, and like, he was really tough. Like I was hitting him with some headshots, and I was like, dude, I don't think this guy's gonna go down. But I could see him getting tired, so I was like, that body shot's gonna be there. I just need to keep hunting and stay focused and stay sharp.
What did it mean to you? So afterwards, I asked Dana, I said, you had a month basically to wait for Kody. Was it worth the wait? And he said, yes, it was worth the wait, right? Obviously, this is the person you're trying to impress, him and the matchmakers, right? And to hear Dana say that, right? And then, he talked about you and I think it was Dulatov, being more advanced than a lot of the other guys, right? What is that feeling like? You have this euphoria from winning, but now you didn't just win, but you really got Dana's attention.
Yeah, that that was really good because it was funny because when me and my boys we were back home, we were watching it and we were just kind of like geeking out. To be honest, we're like, "Oh, that's so cool, man!" Like, because it's like I see fighters and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. That's Chama," or "Oh, that's cool. That's so and
Right.
so." Like, I see UFC fighters all the time, and I think it's dope. When I see them, I think it's cool. But someone that I'll see, like if I see like Dana, I'm always like, oh my God, there's Dana. It's like he's a fucking yeah, he's like a magic little goat. You just randomly see in the mountains that you don't ever see. So like for him to like, take notice on who I am and know who I am, and I was able to make an impression on him, like, just finishing the fight is cool, but then having those praises come with
Right.
him, like makes it so much more sweet and so much more better.
So historically, the lightweight division, I think, has been the UFC's best division for a long time. And while you can argue is it the best division now, there are still a lot of really good lightweights in the world. I guess that's the perfect size, 155 and 170 for a man. That's kind of like the perfect size for guys. So where do you think you fit in there? And have they said anything to you in terms of like, do they look to maybe be more aggressive with the matchmaking with you, or have you had those conversations yet?
Not really, not yet. No, I know they kind of want to. I know when they're thinking about planning to schedule me a bit later. Just because they said I had these two weight cuts, so they just want me to chill a little bit.
Right.
Uh, but you know, it's I don't know, I don't know how they want to match me up, but I'm still I'm still like a baby in this game. I only have 7 fights, so like I think the thing is people are gonna they're gonna match make me up or people I should be fighting, and I think I'm gonna take them out pretty quick, and then I think people are just gonna want to watch me fight the top guys and the best guys, and like, if that's what they want to do and throw those guys at me, then I'm happy to take them out and fight them. But I'm still growing, I'm still learning in this game, and I know like in my mind I see myself in 2 years being a lot more complete. I'm still learning a lot. I just moved out to Vegas, so it's like before I wasn't training MMA. I was just training separate martial arts, and now that I'm actually training MMA, I see myself in like 2 years being a lot more complete. Like I feel like I have good foundation, but I still need to like clean things up and fix things and really learn how to play this game. But yeah, I would say like in 2 years, I would like to just, take fights, take whatever they give me. I'm ready to take short notice fights too, or save the card or save the day, whatever I need to do. Uh, but yeah, like I think it all really just depends on what they want to do with me. But I'm not picky and I'm open to whatever.
So, there are a lot of gyms in MMA. You're at one of the what I would think would be the elite gyms with a lot of elite fighters and coaches and whatnot. How much does it impact you training? And you mentioned you were working a little bit with Merab, but just seeing how those guys, the veterans who've been around a long time, how they put their combinations together, how they set things up, how they notice things during a fight. How much does that help you as much as the physical, just the mental of seeing what they do?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot for sure. Like, like I said, being in a room where I wasn't training MMA to now being in a room where like everybody's so good, it really does make a big difference. And for me, it's like, it's kind of like throw me in with like the sharks and I end up learning how to swim quick, like it's like I'm a quick learner when it comes to that. And like I said, having someone like Merab has like a piece of his game that's like I really love and I think that like fits into my style very, very well. I think so like learning from him has been really cool, like he teaches me, like he'll tell me things like, hey, when you're doing this, you need to start trying to do this or look to do this, maybe don't do this too much, but if you do, just be careful of this. Like he's just
Right,
always there to like look out for me and like tell me things. And then, also there's always so many good guys that are coming through at the gym that like
right.
train with us now and like just learning from them. Like, I'm a forever white belt. I'm a student of the game. I'm always trying to learn and I'm always trying to get better. So it's really cool to like be in a place like this.
Well, this is a forever white belt. It's a lot of fun to watch. Kody, we look forward to seeing you fight in the UFC. Thanks for taking the time, brother.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
You appreciate